Marketing's cool, but at the end of the day, there's 3 ways to get deals. And those 3 ways, it's the 3 ways to win business, whether you're in real estate or some other business. I mean, real estate is no different than any other business. Business is won in the same 3 ways in any business. I know I own several businesses. We flip real estate, and own some rentals and whatever, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Real estate's a product. So real estate being a product inside of a business, the business is won in any business in the same 3 ways, and those are networking, marketing, and negotiating. Those are the only 3 ways. There's no other way to win business. So why don't we do this, Bryce? You want to go put 3 categories up there, maybe columns?
Yeah.
So we'll do 3 columns. There's networking, there's marketing, and there's negotiating. So why don't you be on him and you be on me, and you can cut it back and forth.
What do you want to do, marketing in the middle?
I don't care. Networking, marketing, and negotiating. Now, here's the thing. If you don't have any money, but you got time, you're probably going to want to do networking and negotiating.
Yeah, these 2.
Okay, but negotiation, let's put under negotiating, that's time plus skill. Okay, marketing is usually money. You got to spend money in marketing, not much time.
Well, there's time too, but money is the big one.
Money drives it. Like if you can just spend more, you can usually win.
You can't do marketing for $0. There must be a spend. You have to.
There's always some. Yeah, there can be. Well, there's like knocking doors. I'd say is a marketing strategy, but it's a time and money thing.
Yeah.
And then the last one there is networking. And networking, is again time and skill, and maybe money.
No, this is the cheapest one.
That's my favorite. So here's the thing. When I started out in this business, I didn't have any money, and I keep telling Bryce about the days where I didn't have any money, and I was a broke guy pulling chicken bones out of dumpsters and sucking the marrow out, and that was the mentality. It was just the most broke thing. And my game in real estate, how I played networking and negotiating. So that's how I play.
You should probably touch on that you got to be good at one, you got to be too good at 2 of the 3.
Right, so when we're coaching people, we say, look, dude, you got to pick 2 of the 3.
So he's a networker and a negotiator.
Right, and I still play the game like that. I play it like a gangster. I'm like a mafioso drug dealer boss that has his tentacles in everybody's.
Yeah, people know Stephanie talk well. Me, yeah. I'm more of a marketing and a negotiating guy because I like to do systems. I try to make things that repeat. So this is a systems heavy business here. But the marketing
systems, Bryce, they all have systems. Like negotiation's a system.
Yeah, but
networking
this is very
system.
much like it's got to be repeatable. You got to be testing. Like creates marketing.
Well, you're in the marketing game. So those are the 3 like big general ways to win business. And then inside of each of those categories is a whole bunch of different ways to generate leads. So first thing you got to do is decide, where do you want to be on this game? Do you want to be somebody who is doing, like I decided because I had no money, I was a networker and a negotiator. Mm-hmm. Why don't you write under negotiation, Bryce, education? You got to be educated.
Yeah.
Like everybody statistically thinks they're a good negotiator. It's a proven fact with negotiation studies, but you got to study. So I wrote this book, 10 Commandments of Negotiation. Teaches you all the techniques of how to negotiate properly. We also have a course over here, the Negotiation Challenge, and this is a home study, plus we do a live event. People think they don't need to negotiate, but Bryce, when you're coaching people, most of them are horrible.
Well, yeah, and the main thing with negotiating is you can do all the networking you want and all the marketing you want, but if you can't close, it's a big waste of your time.
Right, so let's write that word up there, closing. If you're a negotiator, you can close.
You gotta learn to close.
If you're not closing your deals, or if you're getting leads but not closing, it's because your negotiating is really bad. Okay, so then let's go over to marketing.
So what are
some things we're doing to generate leads on the marketing side?
Well, you gotta be actually doing minimum, like a minimum consistent effort. So you can't just 1 week say, I'm gonna be a marketer this week. This is like, I'm gonna be a marketer for 6 months or a year, because this system is an investment and it comes out. You put the money in, you wait the time, it comes back. It's not like make a call, talk to a guy, close a deal. This is send some letters and pray that someone's going to call you, and then get in there and close the deal. So you got to be committing to a particular duration. You can't just pop in and pop out of marketing.
Right. So the key is, in the old days, what's really interesting, it takes seven objections to close a sale usually. In the old days, it was 7 penetrations of marketing to get a customer. It's so expensive to get customers, new customers through marketing. I heard Tony Robbins say at his conference, it's like 16 to 19 penetrations now in marketing. That's how saturated people are. So the marketing that's good, I've found the last 2 private deals I've done was from a $20 car magnet and like a $60 tarp we put up. It's a $35,000 deal. And the last one before that was a $78 Kijiji ad. So the more ghetto the marketing and the more shitty looking it is, the better it works for you. So write that down. Ghetto and shitty and primitive is better.
Yeah, like
high-tech marketing on We Buy Houses is not good because the customers aren't high-tech.
Like the 800 numbers, like forget about it. Like your old lady,
it's got to be a
old
local
guy,
number.
The guy with the tinfoil on his head selling you his house. He is not calling 1-800 We Buy Houses. He's calling.
Put up local number. It's got to be a local number.
It's got to be a local number.
And it's got to be ghetto. Like we got a ghetto. Well, actually,
we got a good one.
Check out my car with my ghetto car, my ghetto looking car with my ghetto magnet on it. Can you guys get that shot? And it's a dirty yellow $20 magnet. I'm not a car guy, so I don't care about cars, but I'll drive that old car with that old magnet, and it's good because it's really starting to look shitty, that car. Like it used to be a nice car 10 years ago when I got it brand new. But well, it doesn't have that much miles, but driving it around, it looks shitty now, and people trust a shitty looking marketing message when it comes to We Buy Houses. If you're slick, they don't like that.
Yeah, one thing in negotiating here that people might not realize in this business is that you're actually selling. And what are you selling? The idea that they should sell to you.
Yeah, you're selling that you're the best choice of buyer. So you're the best buyer. Like a guy like Donald Trump, you can love him or hate him. He's an amazing salesman. And what he does in his deals, he's a very, very good real estate investor. He's probably one of the best real estate investors in the world. And Donald Trump is so good because he sells people on why they should sell to him when he's buying. You should sell to me for less because. And that's what Donald's a master of. And that's what made him successful enough to get in the public eye for television and then to be the president. He's a fantastic negotiator, probably one of the best negotiators. Actually, this book, Negotiation right here, forward by George Ross, Donald Trump's chief negotiator and attorney, his chief negotiating attorney that did all of Donald's iconic deals. So George Ross, he taught me how to negotiate. I went and learned from him. And then, I wrote this book. George wrote the foreword, which is super cool. And, it's interesting because I do some coaching calls with George every now and then. And he says, well, I just learned from the best. That is Donald. And Donald is a great negotiator. You can love him or hate him. If you're in business, you should love him because he knows how to get stuff done. He knows how to negotiate, knows how to make money. So you should watch him, okay?
So our networking thing's getting a little bit thin. What do you want to put in here?
So networking, couple plays. One is join a real estate club.
Oh, yeah.
So I own a real estate club. When I started, I would go to these clubs and I would find all these pikers that couldn't close, and I would take their deals for them and close for them. Now I own a club, and it's a little different.
Continue to do the same.
We do the same, but going to clubs, knowing other investors. Other investors are a great source of deals. And the other thing that we do at the networking is I encourage at least 50 calls a week.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like that's a part-time effort. If you're
saying dials or calls?
Well, call is a dial. Call is a dial. So 50 dials. So dial the phone 50 times a week. That's a low number. If you're a full-time person,
like I did 15 in an hour yesterday.
Right. So if you're full-time, you need to be doing 50 a day.
Yeah, you could do 100.
I would. If you're part-time, 50 a week. But 50 calls, and then put under negotiating. You got to do 10 offers a week. That's my standard.
10 MLS offers at least.
Yeah, and then you want to get 3 counters for your pricing. So if you get 3 counters, that's good. So 50 calls networking. You want to be networking, building those databases, building those deal suppliers. And then put on their off-market networking too. So a lot of this game,
insider trading.
yeah, insider trading. So a lot of people look at this game and they want to have like a surefire button push where they push a button and money just rains down. And let me say this, guys, it doesn't work like that. Deal Flow in real estate is a team who's doing it up here in Canada, which is very rare. In Canada, people aren't doing this volume of business. Doing this in Canada or in the US is about hustle muscle. It's about respecting the grind. I got my respect the grind, swag on here. We got our respect the grind shirt. We got the respect the grind posters.
What am I wearing? No stories, no tears.
It's all about grinding, guys. It's all about hitting these things repetitively over and over and over again, because some of these things work and some of them can be more automated.
Well, here we got a guy. I coached a student last year using one piece of our marketing tool.
Who, Ashton?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of our students, Ashton, local guy here.
He just grinded out the thing. He's not even worried about MLS at all. He just pure grind, private market with our systems and our marketing that we teach our students. He did 24 deals in like 7 months.
Okay, so look at this. So come back to primitive, okay? Ashton's a young kid. We trained him. He's like 21, 22?
Yeah, he just did a flyer.
Okay, so you're getting ahead of me. So Ashton's 21, 22. I don't know what his education level is. Nice guy, good looking guy, works hard. And he's done 24 deals in the last year. It's a great amount of business by knocking doors and using one flyer. He had one flyer we showed him to make, and he used that same flyer over and over again, same door knocking, 24 deals, mostly wholesales. Good for him. He followed the system, and that's why we got this poster here. It says DNF, WTS, DNF, WTS, DNF, WTS. At the bottom in little writing says, do not fuck with the system. So he just came out with one piece of marketing and followed that piece religiously.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine, that marketing was hitting. And 24 deals later in his, second year of real estate?
No, he started in the spring of last year. Like, he's not even
a year and a half in or something?
Yeah, he's still got bathwater behind his ears.
Oh, so in his first year, 24 deals. Because he took one piece and he just hustled on that one piece. And I hate to say it, I spend, my goal this year is to spend $100,000 a month in marketing, online marketing. That's my goal. And one day I want to get to $1 million in marketing, and then, whatever. That's my goal. I want to have big budgets and play with the big boys, because there are guys who are spending $1 million a month on marketing, and they're winning. But here's the thing with real estate primitive marketing, it's more about the human side of the game. And sure, you can have some high tech stuff. I know some guys who are hitting with funnels like PPC, pay per click. I know some guys who are, what else is a high-tech thing people can do, Bryce, in real estate? PPC is probably the most high-tech thing.
Yeah, and I mean, that's probably as deep as it gets.
Kijiji, Craigslist, I mean, that's super low high-tech.
Yeah, Kijiji's big time. Because it is low-tech, you can buy a toaster for $1 on there. Right. The same person who's screwed up and buying a toaster for $2 because he can't afford it.
But Bryce, you got to write Craigslist for Americans.
Oh yeah,
so if you're American, Craigslist.
Or in BC.
Is it Craigslist in BC?
Yeah, okay. They don't do Kijiji.
So the point is, this is all about what's the right message for the person you're dealing with, and it's usually a primitive message for a primitive seller. They're messed up, they got something going on. And, the high-tech stuff, I do high-tech marketing with books and funnels and all that. But what I've found is the biggest thing, guys, is just face-to-face, breath-to-breath, primitive, these three things: networking, marketing, negotiating. In our program, The System, which is behind me here, we got 17 ways to get deals. So we go into great detail with these. Mm-hmm. But the theory in the main game is you got to have some hustle muscle. You got to have your 10 offers, 50 calls out there every week to keep this core going, and then you choose a couple things to add in. We done?
Well, just back to the top with the thing. You got to be good at 2 or 3. You can't just be negotiating out there. You can't just be marketing, because you got to learn how to close. You'll see, the thing is, you got to learn how to negotiate. Your tool to get the lead, but you better be negotiating. You better get good, because you can change your ratios from 1 in 10 to get better to be
1
3
in 5.
10, or you're probably a 1 in 5 kind of guy.
Well, the last 2 deals I went into, I closed both of them at
so you're
really
shooting
great.
100 lately. 100%.
Well, that means I'm not seeing enough things.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the video, guys. Thanks so much. That is real estate investor lead gen. The main thing is the hustle muscle. That's what wins. I'm Stefan Aarnio, Coach Bryce Kaminsky. We'll see you guys on the next video.